Hello and welcome to this little prelude of my next Let's Play / Roleplay Fallout 3 American Psycho. Now, just to manage expectations, this isn't about a crazed protagonist running around the wastelands killing everyone in sight for XP. It won't be a case of always choosing the most evil option every time either. This approach would get old very quickly, I think. So it will be much more nuanced than that. But it sets this up for me as a way to keep focused on the characters, drives, and motivations. Not all psychos act like Toe Cutter or Lord Humongous from the Mad Max films, do they? So this will be a roleplay / let's play. What do I mean by that? So I will be playing in character for large parts of the game, but not all of it. It will not be a 100% in character playthrough. I tried that once and I'm not sure it's for me. There are some people that do that excellently. I'd recommend Rycon Roleplays for his 100% in character playthroughs are brilliant. I don't know where he gets the time or the energy or the patience for it, but they're worth a watch. But I do like the role-playing aspect. So I will switch from being in character to breaking the fourth wall, talking about the character's motivations, sometimes explaining decisions, talking about the game, and sometimes talking directly to you, the viewer. I definitely will be making decisions from the character's perspective, though, meaning I will not be using any meta-knowledge of the game that I have to go here, go there, get this, and get that. So, for example, no going to a location to get a bobblehead, or to get a specific weapon, or things like that. The character can only act based on what he knows, not me, the player. And to a degree, I want to let the game guide me. That is, while I may have a general overall arc I'm aiming for, if the character finds himself in certain situations, I want the story to be open to him reacting to events that occur. This could possibly change things in the story or in the character's development, we will see. So the first episode will be a bit more scripted and narrative driven, spliced with some gameplay as it's setting the scene. But from episode 2, it'll be me playing the game and storytelling as described above. Pretty much, if you've watched my Morrowind and Oblivion LPs, it'll be more along those lines. So I'm not going to be telling you what kind of character our protagonist will be. There will be an intro in episode 1 which will give some insight into how he may develop, but it's open for interpretation and character arc adjustment. I'm going to be focusing on how the protagonist reacts to what happens to him from the start of the story, plus a little bit of childhood experiences that may have influenced his character trajectory. So what is his goal? At the beginning, this is not clear. And his name is Patrick. What else? Anyway, a few self-imposed rules for this playthrough. No VATs, I won't be using the VAT system. No companions other than a man's best friend, if we come across him. I don't want to end up using them as pack mules where I spend as much time on inventory management as traversing the wastes, which is what often happens when I have companions. I am the lone wanderer and I want to play it in that spirit. This forces me to travel light, just my full inventory. For those who've seen my other playthroughs, that's enough on its own. I won't be using fast travel. This will obviously impact decisions and use of resources. And I won't be making a sneak build. This doesn't mean I won't sneak. Sometimes it's necessary to survive, but I'm not going to be investing any points in order to avoid the inevitable slide into a stereotypical stealth character once points are invested. So one of the mods that I'm going to be using will help with this, which segues nicely into just a quick mod overview for anyone who's interested. I'll list all these in the description if you want to search for more detailed information, but I'll give you a quick overview here. So I will be using an ENB. I wanted a grainier, less sharp and darker feel. So I've gone for an ENB that get close to what I wanted with minimum performance impact, which was a big factor for me. Now, look, ENBs can be divisive and some people may hate it, some people may love it. And I've gone with what feels right for me. I'm going to have a couple of HUD mods, one to adjust, one to hide for immersion purposes. And I've added a couple of dialogue mods for a bit of added flavor and karma impact as well. The enhanced camera mod, so I have legs and feet. Of course, I'll be using the updated unofficial patch. I've also added in a sprint mod. And there's also an explosives mod that allows me to blow doors and containers open. It's very skill dependent, which I like. But the biggest mod I'm going to be using is called Simple Realism. Now, this changes a lot gameplay-wise. I was thinking about the Let's Play. I've played it through a couple of times before. That doesn't mean I know everything or I've seen everything. I tend to repeat a lot of things. on my playthroughs. But I felt I just wanted a bit more of a challenge. I'd been playing on the hard difficulty, and I just wanted it to change up a bit and not be so monotonous. So there's a lot of detail in this mod, Simple Realism, but I'll touch on some of the main concepts and changes. Firstly, everyone dies faster, including me. One-shotting is quite common. So I've got to be a bit more tactical with combat. Just one simple thing in the mod that it says everyone receives 3 times more damage. That's everyone. So it's not like sometimes you change the difficulty level and they become bullet sponges, but you die easier. This one, everyone gets three times more damage, which I like. So there's no longer an endless supply of ammo, stim packs, or chems. For example, stim pack drops are likely to only be single drops. The bullet sponges have been removed, so fights are quicker. Quantities of loot drops have been significantly reduced, and this makes the perks like Scrounger, for example, more important now. Another example, Vault 101 loot is reduced. I think in the vanilla game you get 10 stim packs. In the Vault you only get 3 now. That's just one simple example. Gunplay requires a lot more accuracy and has less bullet spread. Energy weapons do a lot more damage, like the previous Fallout games, so they could be more of an end-game weapon, although I'm not sure my character's going to use them. Chances of weapon jams have increased. Creatures and robots have had base damage doubled. Rad roaches are aggressive now. And explosions, I like this effect. I've played around with it a little bit. There's the knockdown effect for players and enemies. So you can tactically use grenades just to buy time or get in closer, things like that. Grenades are more accurate as well. They don't bounce around as much. And another key thing, stim packs heal over time, not instantly. So carrying food's more important, but consequently this means more RADS management. And buying stim packs is almost cost prohibitive, especially if you've got a low barter skill. Again, these changes really make you think about the character build. They think more tactically. I think it's going to be better from a roleplay experience. It's not just about amassing a wealth of things. Now, another big change from this mod is experience. It takes much longer to level up. Double the amount of XP is required to level. Again, I like that. And skill points each level have been reduced from 11 to 5, plus whatever the character's intelligence is. So as an example, if a character had an intelligence of 5, you would only get 10 skill points. So again, deciding where to put them, it's going to be harder to max out all your skills. And all the skill points are directly related to the specials, making the special selection more important. Bartering's now brutal without a high bartering skill, so there's no easy money. Basically, you get ripped off by merchants via buying and selling. Although the repair skills are higher for merchants, which I think helps out a little bit. It's a nice balance. And the repairing through merchants is a bit more affordable, so that's good. So really it's about getting weapons, hanging onto them, looking after them. So again, I like that from an immersion, an immersive experience. Traps need higher repair, explosives, or science skills. A vanilla game, you can pretty much disarm everything, so I like that as well. And chems withdrawal is a lot more severe as well. That's pretty savage, to be honest. So again, perks have been adjusted, so no perks give skill points anymore. There's a full list on the Nexus, but if you stay for the Let's Play, you'll see some other changes. Now, that's the mods. Just with regards recording of episodes, I intend to play and hit record and edit episodes afterwards. So again, aiming for episodes to be about 20 to 35 minutes. Again, there may be exceptions to that. So all the episodes may not have an intro with me saying hi and bye, and it might just be splice gameplay. So I think that covers most of what I wanted to. I hope this gives you an idea of what to expect, and that it's enough information to help you decide whether or not this series is something that would interest you or not. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope to see you in episode 1. So until next time, I do hope you're well, and take care.